objective personality enthusiasts. So today I'm going to be talking about SI and its approach to problem solving. At least the personal approach that I'm taking, because I know it could be different for SIs. But I kind of want to talk about my approach to it and then just see if other SIs relate to this. So for me, the problem solving approach heavily relies on my past experience. And as I gain more and more experiences over time, the box of possible solutions expands, making the problems easier and easier to solve over time. So eventually I can figure out a solution with a greater frequency of the time without having to get any outside help or assistance. So it's kind of like I have this checklist of possible things to consider when solving a problem. And the checklist is something that's based on past experience. The checklist expands over time, might get rearranged. Generally the most common, most common problems are at the top of the checklist, and then the occurrences that happen less frequently or closer to the bottom. So to take an example here, printers, because this is an observer thing that Dave and Shannon like to joke a lot about with single observers. They don't like printers. They have printer problems. So I thought that was a good example. So when I'm fixing a printer problem, for example, I know that from experience that oftentimes it's a paper jam, or there is no paper in the printer, or it's out of ink. Okay? And so those kinds of things are right at the top of the list. Those are like the first things I check for. But what if that doesn't fix the problem? Well, previously I might get stuck because it's like I've reached the end of my checklist. It's not any of these things. What else could it be? Um, Sometimes I would resort to rebooting the whole damn thing. Sometimes that worked, sometimes it didn't. And it's like, oh, I'm not even solving it by rebooting. Now what? I'm totally stuck because I've exhausted my checklist, and I don't, and my NE is at the bottom, so I don't always see like the less obvious connections when solving this problem. Um, so then I might go to the tribe. Now I work in a library, so the printers are a little different than the printers at home. They're connected to a network. So it could just have to do with the network, um, not being connected, or it could be that for some reason the driver isn't being recognized, or it could even be some smaller little thing in the internal mechanism of the printer where you're probably going to have to get a mechanic to fix it, because it's kind of beyond what a layperson would likely understand. There's always the little things like that. But generally over time, as I experience and witness more and more printer issues, I'm able to solve on my own more and more of the printer problems and do it with a greater and greater efficiency. And, um, having SI at the top, I don't like chaos. And I just like things to kind of just work almost, almost like automated, kind of like you're just doing everything on autopilot. Everything is just working seamlessly, like clockwork. And that's kind of ideal for me, is to get those unexpected problems down to zero. you know Now it's never going to be zero, but over time it's going to get closer and closer to zero. So so yeah, I'm just wondering if other people that have SI at the top of their function stack, do you experience problem solving in a similar way? Or is it different for you? Um, write it down in the comments section, and I will also link to my SI playlist. I'll be making a series of videos where I talk about different aspects of SI and how it impacts my life. So you can go ahead and check that out. And if you want to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later. Bye bye.